Since the virus hit, everybody's making money. If you're a U.S. citizen, more than likely you got a stimulus. If you're a U.S. citizen and you're unemployed, more than likely you got unemployment, a $600 boost, a $300 boost, a $400 boost, plus your unemployment on top of that. So you coming off. If you have a business, you got business funding. You don't even have to repay some of this funding. And if you own real estate, more than likely the equity went up in your house and then you sold it and made money. If you own stocks, more than likely you double, triple, quadruple, or even more your money. Just look at Tesla. So everybody's making money, especially people with assets making money. And if you're making money and you don't have no assets, it's time to think out of the box and try to obtain one. Pay off your debts, pay off everything you need to pay off so you could get in the game, so you could win even more. It's really not that hard to obtain assets. You just got to work at it and have a plan and try to execute. That's really it. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Level Up Finance, where we talk about money, mindset on the road to get millions. On this episode, let's talk about how to get an asset. One of the richest men in the world at one point, John D. Rockefeller, famously said, "I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers." That's why the majority of people don't have assets. They don't think out of the box. We don't learn about money in school. We don't learn about finances and assets and liabilities in school. We learn how to be workers and consumers. That's it. So right now, if you're making money, if you're out of debt, if things looking good, you got time on your hand, it's time for you to obtain an asset. I mean, today we're just going to talk about 2 asset classes that could give you long-term wealth. They could be passed down from generation to generation, and you give this to your kids and everything like that. This is Fort Mill, South Carolina. I was looking at houses here because I probably eventually move down here. My girlfriend's family live down here, and I was just checking out some real estate and like, you know what? One day we probably move down there and get comfortable, so let me look at some real estate. And when I was looking at real estate, I'm like, wow, it's not that cheap. I thought down south supposed to be cheap. Then I'm checking out the house prices. See this $300,000 house? Look what it sold for in 2006. Oh my God, look what it sold for in 2005. Crazy amount of money. I don't know if that's real. But 2006, 155. 2015, 194. And look at today, 300. So in a matter of 6 years, you're making 100K extra if you sell this house, or if you don't sell it, you have 100K extra in equity. Check this out. $2014, 210,000. Listed today at 370. So in a matter of 7 years, you're making $60,000 in equity. Woo! $160,000 in equity. If you just bought this piece of real estate and held on to it. But what really could make you rich, say you own 10 pieces of real estate in Fort Mill, South Carolina, and you was renting it to 10 renters. They're paying your mortgage. All of a sudden, you got all this equity. You got 10 houses, and all of them went up at least $100,000. You could sell them, make 100K off of each property, and become a millionaire. Now you could use that million and go into the next asset class. It's still real estate, commercial real estate. Commercial real estate, you go in the retail space, meaning like, let's go to a hot market. Let's go to, I don't know, Texas. Texas is kind of hot right now. Oops, not Mexico. You know, let's go on another one. Florida, Miami, West Palm Beach. You went anywhere over here. Check it out. We got these lofts. Let me see something that has cash flow that tells you the numbers. 5.29 cap rate. It's kind of low, but let me see this building. It doesn't really give you the number, but basically it's saying Wells Fargo is your tenant. Wells Fargo is your tenant, so more than likely they're not going to skip out on paying rent. All right, you just own a piece of real estate and you're getting money. Florida has no income tax, average house going over 100K, blah, blah, blah. Just giving you some basic numbers. And okay, net operating income. You get 132,000 per year, which is not that crazy, but it's guaranteed money. Let's look at something else, because those numbers are not, exciting. You know what? Let's just look at multifamily. Get out of the roof. Okay, look at all these properties. 1.5 mil. 6.23 cap rate, 12 units. It doesn't give you the net operating income, but it's 6.35%. Calculator. One 5,000 times 0.0623. All right, so basically making 71,000 a year off of that. If you bought that property, which is not that impressive, but you could find it's not really a lot of deals out here. People snatching up all the good deals. But this is something that's eventually going to get paid off for. And especially if you got a good location, the equity of the property going to go up and up and up, which makes you richer and richer and richer and richer. And you can fix up the property. If the apartments don't have a wash and dryer, you could put a wash and dryer in each apartment, and you're going to increase the property value. That's the thing with commercial real estate. So if you found a property for $1 million and you got great credit and you want to get that property, you could basically get a $30,000 loan. I mean, not $30,000, a $300,000 loan, and then put down on that, because a commercial property, you usually got to put down 30%. So this is another multifamily. Okay, Forest Oaks Ranch RV, cap rate of 10. So you're supposed to be making 130,000 a year for this mobile home. 10% is good money. That's more money than you make at a bank. So you got commercial properties, you got regular real estate you could buy. Let's just go. I'm in Connecticut. Let's just look up West Hartford, Connecticut, because that's a place I like. And just see what the real estate looking like here. Oh, this is a condo. Look for single family. See what it sold for back in the days. 300,000 in 2014. In 2021, look what it's listed for. So equity in the properties is everywhere. If you own a piece of real estate, you got more equity. But now let's go to business. You could literally buy a business that's cash flowing $95,000. And look at this. You pay $250 for this and you get $95,000 a year. So in a matter of 3 years, you already paid off what your initial investment was. This is $1 million, but the cash flow only 60,000. This is 150. Cash flow is 95,000. 7.2. This is all over the country. This is New Jersey. This is Illinois. Buy a business, cash flow. Buy a business, cash flow. You could get the money to buy this business by using your credit, getting investors. If you got a house or houses with a whole bunch of equity, you could literally put all the equity together and purchase something, an asset that makes money. Look at this. 1.7, getting 500,000 a year. 750, getting 240 basically a year. It's a whole different world out here. You know, instead of going online and looking up, you know, twerk dances and stuff, you could go online and learn how to purchase assets, or different sites you go on to purchase asset. This site right here is called Biz Buy Sell. The other site I went on with the commercial properties was loopnet.com, and the one where you could look up regular real estate is called realtor.com. Now let's go on another one where you could buy a business. You basically could buy roots all over the country: Atlanta, Georgia, Florida, Illinois, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania. You could buy a FedEx route, you could buy Flowers route, you could buy all type of routes, and with these businesses you could like put a down payment and pay over time to purchase this. Like, look at this look at this. This is real cheap. $35,000 for this business, but a cash flow $63,000. $35,000. Wow. So, I mean, it's like I said, it's a different world out here than what I knew existed, because, like I said, John D. Rockefeller wanted a nation of workers, not thinkers. So just think out of the box and be like, you know what? I could purchase an asset, or you could create an asset. You could create a business depending on your skill set. If you're a great cook, I mean, you could come up with a recipe. You could sell little cakes and make a brand and be nationwide. You know, if you a good gym guy, you work out and you got all these different skills to teach people to lose weight fast and build up muscle, you can make a DVD and shoot it out there and sell it. People done all that, you know? You could do whatever to make extra money. You know, you just gotta think, sit back and think and say, how can I be valuable to people? What's my skill sets? What skill sets can I learn to level up, you know, and make more money? I mean, this is just two asset classes, business and real estate, because those are, you know, kind of the easiest. With real estate, you can make money all the time without no real effort. You got a place at a good location. You got good tenants in place. You got a newer heater, furnace and water heater, and a newer roof. You don't have to really worry about too much. If your property is in good shape, you don't have to worry about too much. And if you got a good tenant in place, you don't got to worry about too much, honestly. And you just get that cash flow, that money, and you sit back and relax. And around the first, you get your check. And that's it. And if you got a big apartment building and you got good tenants in there, you're going to have management in place. You're going to have management in place. You're going to have a superintendent in place. And you sit back and collect a check. With business, it's the same thing. Sit back, relax, as long as it's not a business that needs you, Like a photography business, you the one that's taking a photo. You're working. It's a self-employment business. It's not a real true business. A business is something that you could step away from and just get that cash flow, because as you build up an asset, you can step back. Just like Jeff Bezos, he's not at Amazon every day. He's on a golf course somewhere, you know? So that's all I really have to show you, man. It's a different world out here. You could build an asset. You could buy an asset. If you're getting money right now, put your money to good use. And with your time, like when you build assets, you have more time on your hand. Right now, everybody getting money, but it's not gonna last forever. This thing definitely not gonna last forever, it's true. So do the right thing, build yourself an asset, create yourself an asset, buy yourself an asset, but just think about getting an asset. All right, so if you like this video, give me one of these, subscribe, and I'll talk to you on the next one. All right, Level Up Finance.